wanna be here. Wish I could skip past all the drama, but I need to be clear to let go. I can't leave us hanging. It kills me cause I love the way I've been going through changes. But I know when you were so vacant, made me lose my patience, breaking, faking love. And now I'm so stuck on photos, overexposed, need to clear it up. If I'm being honest, honestly we're on to we're off. When honestly we just want it love. And but honesty just isn't enough. If I'm being honest, I'm acting anxious. I'm sorry for making you crazy and I hate to say this. We're on different pages. Kills me cause I love the way we've been going through changes. But I know.
So, you just finished watching my husband and my son taking my white Ethan Allen armchair and ottoman into the living room at my husband's house. I want to just talk real quick and drive to my mom's house because that's where I technically live. I'm paying my mom rent. Today is April 13th, 2022. I really do feel like I'm floating and I'm displaced and I feel tugging from my husband. I feel tugging from my mom. But what I truly want is to get my own place with my kids. I finally have determined that's what I truly want. But just because I truly want something, that doesn't mean it's obtainable. I could be a peasant on the street and wish that I was a queen. I could truly want it, but that doesn't make it true. So I have to work with what I've got. I've got to bloom where I'm planted, deal with the cards that I was dealt. I cannot just magically wish for things that I want and expect to get them. Now, that feeling of, oh, I'm not getting what I want in this relationship, I'm not getting what I want from my husband, I'm not getting what I want out of this life of mine, it used to bring me down so bad. I was so depressed about it all the time that I finally got the courage to want a better life for myself and figure out a way to give it to myself. And that was working 7 days a week, 3 jobs, just to pay rent. Just to pay rent. If I lived anywhere else in the city, anywhere else in the state, or let's say anywhere else in the country, Arizona is one of the fastest growing states in America. Glendale, where I live, is the highest growing city, the 3rd highest growing city in Arizona, the 3rd highest, and that's where I live. So, unless I magically make more money somehow at the 40-hour-a-week job that I'm at, I am not going to be able to live on my own. And that's where I'm in a pickle. I'm in a pickle about my job. Do I really like my job? Do I want to make more money at my job? Do I want to get a different job? I'm working towards a pension right now, so I have to be there for a certain amount of time in order for me to get my pension, which is why the job thing is kind of off the table. I can't really quit my job. So I'm making the best of the situation that I have. I'm probably over-explaining myself, but the situation that I'm in is that I can't just wish to live alone or live by myself, or even if I found a roommate and had my children come over, that really wouldn't work for my dynamic with my children, my husband, their school. I barely could get my kids to come over when I had my own apartment 2 miles away. I tested some things out. I tried some things. I don't regret it. I felt like I learned a lot. I basically have committed the next 4.5 years to living with my kids. Unfortunately, my kids live with their father, and I'm not so sure I'm in love with my husband enough to want to move back in with him. I'm in that space right now where I love him, yes, but I don't want to move in with him. But I think I'm going to move in with him in June, and I'm moving all my stuff out of storage by the end of April. That's the plan. And I'm going to cram all my crap back into the hoarding house that I left a year ago. None of this makes sense. I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense to me either. And I'm going to make the best of my situation for the next 4.5 years, because in 4.5 years, my daughter will be 18 years old. And if I really don't want to live with my husband anymore, daughter and I can move out as adults. Oh my gosh, I feel like I am 13 and a half, counting down the years till I'm 18 and I can move out. Because really, I mean, I'm probably sharing way too much, but my daughter and I, we're pretty close now, and I'm afraid that if I don't stay in her life daily, she will feel abandoned. She will grow up without her mom in her life daily, and that will have drastic consequences on her future. I really do believe that, because that was my story. That was my life. Living with her dad might have consequences too. That's why I'm so hesitant about all of this. I keep hoping and thinking that choosing to live with their dad, I can keep myself in check. I can take back my power. I can hold my own. I can make my choices, and I can live with myself. Oh, this sucks, because then I get this other piece in my head. This other piece in my head that starts talking about trauma bond and abuse, and how this is kind of out of my control. I am being conditioned to think that I can manage him. I am being conditioned to think that I can balance the marble on the plate. This is funny, because I don't ever talk about the queen, like ever. But there's the queen right there. Can you see that? The queen is right there, looking out the window. That's hilarious. It's not really the queen, obviously. It's just a big sticker. But I find it hilarious that I was just talking about the queen, and there she is. Hi, queen! That's hilarious. It's almost like, I don't know, what is it like? It's like serendipitous that I was just talking about wishing for something and how I have to make the best of my situation. I can't live in a fantasy. I don't have the luxury of being able to live away from my husband. Could I really live with my mom forever and ever? I don't know. It's not the plan. That's for sure not the plan. I am so nervous. So nervous. But I'm giving my husband another chance to show me what he's got. It's not what I want. It's not. I don't trust it. I don't believe in it. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. I feel like I'm back and forth in my head. I feel like I gotta do a different video altogether. Okay, so what you just witnessed right now is my truth. My bottom to gosh truth. I'm gonna do another video right now that will be a little less truthful and a little bit more in denial, because that is where I feel like I need to keep my head. That way I don't get too deep. If I get too deep, then I'm a little more awake. Does that make sense? I can't be awake in this situation. If I'm awake and understanding my situation, I will choose out of it, because that's the smart thing to do, is choose out of a situation that's not safe. But I'm choosing it. I choose to choose it. I choose to see where this tunnel leads. I know it's not safe, but we're going through the tunnel anyway, right? It's all dark now. Anywho, I'm going to talk to myself later. Bye-bye!
You know I don't wanna say this. I hate to say this. If I'm being honest,